overview. So this question you see here, question number 2. For the circuit shown in below figure A, find the current through the 30 ohm resistor using the mesh analysis. So this is the circuit is given in the examination paper. So we are having, first of all, whatever the circuit is given, the same circuit we should be noted down in the booklet. First mark the nodes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Point number 1. Point number 2. By seeing the circuit, you should be able to understand that one. We are having the 3 loops. So number of loops is equal to number of currents. Number of loops is equal to number of currents. So we are having A, B, G, H, A is one complete loop. A, B, G, H, A, this is the first loop. B, C, F, G, B, this is the second loop. So C, D, E, F, C, it is the third loop. So number of loops is equal to number of currents. So we should say that one ఇచ్చినటువంటి సర్క్యూట్లో 3 లూప్లు ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి so ultimately we will have the 3 currents are there. So now we are going to write the applying the KVL. So applying the KVL to the first loop, to the loop. What is that loop? A, B, G, H, A. A, B, G, H, G, H, A. You should write the KVL to this loop. So when you are writing the first loop, you should give the priority to the first loop. Always the current I1 will be positive. So we will make it as we will be write the current direction will be clockwise direction. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative. Current entering is positive, leaving is negative. G to H, there is nothing is there. H to A, you are having the source. So write the equation. So first we are moving from A to B. We are having one resistance. So 15 times of I1 plus. Now you are having 20 ohm. So you are having the 20 ohm. 20 ohm will be like this. 20 ohm. So you are writing the equation for the first loop. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative. But ultimately you are having the current I2 is also there. So what we need to do when you are writing the equation to the first loop, so you should give the priority to the first current. So you can able to write this is 20 times of I1 minus I2. So I1 current is positive, I2 current will be negative. So G to H nothing is there, but in case of H to A, you are having minus 100 is equal to 0. So you can able to write this expression 15 times of I1, 20 times of I1 minus 20 times of I2 is equal to 100. Minus 100, if it go to the right hand side, you are going to get 100. So 15 plus 30, you are having 35 I1 minus 20 I2 is equal to 100. This is the first equation. How many loops are there? Those many equations you should be writing so that ultimately you will have the number of loops is equal to number of currents. Next, you are going to apply the KVL to the second loop. That is KVL. Applying KVL to the loop. Which loop? B, C, F, G, B. B, C, F, G, B. So you are traveling from B to C. So when you are writing the second loop current equation, so ultimately you should give the priority to the second current. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative. Current entering is positive, leaving is negative. Now you should be remove this. Current entering is positive, leaving is negative. Now write the equation. You should traveling from B to C. So we are having the 5 ohm. So 5 times of I2 plus 30 into. So you are having the 30 ohm resistance is like this. 30 ohm resistance. So you are writing the loop equation for the second loop. So second loop current entering I2. Current entering is positive, leaving is negative. See here. This is I3 current is coming. I2 current is like this. So I2 current entering is positive, leaving is negative. So I3 current is like this. So 30 times of, you should, when you are writing the equation to the second loop, you should give the priority to the second current. So I2 minus I3, 30 times of I2 minus I3, because here I3 current is there. Okay. Now F to G nothing is there, leave it. G to B. So G to B we are having again resistance is there. Again we are having resistance 20 times of. You should give the priority to the second loop. So you should write it as I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. is equal to 0. So now 5 times of I2 plus 30 times of I2 minus 30 times of I3 plus 20 times of I2 minus 20 times of I1 is equal to 0. So when you're writing the loop equations, when you're writing the equation, first current, second current, third current, like this you should write. Okay, so minus 20 times of I1. Now 5I2 plus 30I2 is 35I2. 35I2 plus 20 is 55. 55I2 minus 30I3 is equal to 0. So this is the second loop. This is the second loop. Now you should write the equation for the third loop, applying KVL. Applying KVL to the C, D, E, F, C. You are supposed to apply the KVL to the C, D, E, F, C. So when you are writing the equation for the third loop, you should give the priority to the third loop. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative. D to E is the source. D to E will be the source. Now you should erase this. Current entering is positive, leaving is negative. So C to D, when you are moving from C to D, 5 times of I3. When you are moving from D to E, so D at the point D, you are having the positive terminal. So plus 100, E to F, nothing is there, leave it. So F to C, so there is a 30 ohm resistance is there. So 30 ohm resistance is like this. So you are writing the equation for the third loop. So third current. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative, but we are having the I2 current will be like this. So plus 30 times of I3 minus I2 is equal to 0. So 5 times of I3 plus 100 plus 30 times of I3 minus 30 I2 is equal to 0. So minus, first current is not there. See here, when you are dealing with the third one, you are having the link with the second loop only. We are not having the link with the first loop. So we should make it as 0. So only we should start from the second loop. Minus 30 into I2. 5I3 plus 30I3 is 35I3 is equal to minus 100. This is your third loop. So solving equation 1 and 2. Solving equation 1, 2 and 3, you are going to get the I1 value, I2 value, I3 value. So solving, you can solve these equations by using the calculator. It is very simple. Okay, it is very simple. So if you solve those equations, you are going to get 1.9428 amperes. Another one will be minus 1.6 amperes. Another one will be minus 4.2285 amperes. Okay, this is how you are going to get. Now you need to find out what is the current through the 30 ohm resistor. So you are having the resistor, 30 ohm resistor is here. What is the current through the 30 ohm resistor? Okay, the 30 ohm resistor is segregated between the second loop, is located between the second current and third current. So observe the second current and third current. Okay, so you need to be right current through 30 ohm resistor. So you are having the current I2 and I3. So you can able to write I2 minus I3. When you are writing the I2 minus I3, minus 1.6, okay, minus 4.2285. So minus 1.5 plus 4.2285. If you do so, you are going to get the value 2.62 amperes. 2.62 amperes. Sir, why can't we take I3 minus I2? Why can't we take I3 minus I2? If you take the I3 minus I2, so what you are going to get now? So if you take the I3 minus I2, I3 minus I2. So what is I3? Minus 4.2285 minus, what is the value of I2? Minus of 1.6. So minus 4.2285 plus 1.6, you are going to get minus 2.62 amperes. Okay, like this you need to solve this problem. So first you should identify how many loops are there. Based on that, you should know that one, those many currents are there in the given circuit. Mark the nodes properly. So when you are writing the first loop, when you are writing the equation for the loop, okay, whichever the loop, for that loop you should give the priority. So if you are writing the first loop, you should give the priority to the first loop only. When you are writing the second loop, you should give the priority to the second loop only. So main thing is, when you are writing the like this, dividing the first and second loop, B and G, so 20 ohm resistor, first observe to which you are writing to the KVL to the first loop. So when you are writing the KVL to the first loop, you should give the priority to the first current, not to the second current. So because of that reason, 20 into I1, so minus I2, this is minus I2, minus 100 is equal to 0. So if you do the simple simplification, you are going to get this equation. So when you are writing the second loop, when you are writing, priority should be given to the second current. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative. So 5 times of I2 plus 30 into I2 minus I3 plus 20 into I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. So 5 I2 plus 30 I2 minus 30 I3 plus 20 I2 minus 20 I1 is equal to 0. So first current 20 I1, 55 I2 minus 30 I3 is equal to 0. So this is the second loop and this is the third loop. So when you are writing the equation to the third loop, you should give the priority to the third loop. So third current, that is I3 current. So when you have 5 I3 plus 100 plus 30 times of first I3, you minus that I2. So if you simplify this, solving equation 1, 2 and 3, you are going to get like this. So current through the 30 ohm resistance, you can able to write I2 minus I3 or I3 minus I2. If you are writing the I2 minus I3, you are going to get plus 2.62. I3 minus I2, you are going to get minus 2.62 ampere. This is how you need to solve the problem. Thank you for watching this video.